Hi guys, it's me again. I want to ask you a question first. Have you ever seen 101 Dalmatians cartoon? I love it. So today I'm going to read you 101 Dalmatians story. Okay? Let's start. 101 Dalmatians. Kindly know that I might change some of the words to make it a little bit easier for you. Roger Radcliffe was a musician. He lived in a little flat in London with Pongo, his pet Dalmatian dog. One day, Roger got married to Anita. Anita had a beautiful lady Dalmatian called Perdita. Soon, Perdita was expecting her first litter of puppies. Life seemed perfect until one day, an old friend of Anita's, Cruella de Vil, came to visit. Perdita and Pongo were frightened of her. "Where are the puppies?" Cruella demanded. "They're not expected for another 3 weeks," Anita replied. "You must let me know when they arrive. I just adore Dalmatian puppies. Their coats are so beautiful." And with that, Cruella swept out of the house. 3 weeks later, Perdita and Pongo became the proud parents of 15 puppies. Roger, Anita, and Nanny, the housekeeper, were delighted. Cruella came back. 15 puppies? Cruella said excitedly. "I'll buy all of them." "Oh, no, you won't," said Roger. "They're not for sale." "You fools! You'll be sorry!" Cruella cried, storming out of the house. Soon after, Cruella's henchmen, Horace and Jasper Buttons, lay in wait to dog-nab the puppies. They sat in their van and waited for Roger and Anita to take Perdita and Pongo for their evening walk. Once the coast was clear, the Buttons forced their way into the house. When Nanny tried to stop them, the Buttons locked her in a broom cupboard. By the time Nanny managed to escape, the Buttons were gone, and so were the puppies. Roger and Anita told the police immediately, and the police launched an investigation. But as the days went by, the puppies were still not found. At last, Pongo said to Perdita, "The humans aren't getting anywhere. We'll have to find the puppies ourselves." Pongo decided to try the twilight bark. It was the quickest way for dogs to send and receive news across the country. The next evening, when the two Dalmatians were taken for their walk, Pongo barked the alert. 3 loud barks and a howl from the top of Primrose Hill. After a moment, an answering bark was heard. "It's the Great Dane at Hampstead," Pongo said to Perdita, and he barked out his message. Danny, the Great Dane, was very surprised by the message. 15 Dalmatian puppies have been stolen?" he told his friend. "The humans haven't been able to find them, so it's up to us to send out an all-dog alert with the twilight bark." And Danny began to send the news all over London. And so, within the hour, word has spread all over England. Before too long, the twilight bark reached an old sheep dog called Colonel, who lived on a farm. Colonel's friends, a horse named Captain and a cat named Tibbs, listened too. They were all very surprised to hear that 15 puppies had been stolen. "Well, that's weird," Tibbs said to Captain and Colonel. "I heard puppies barking over at the old DeVille house last night." "We must go and see what's going on," said Colonel. So Colonel and Tibbs went quietly up to the house and peered through a broken window. Inside the house, Horace and Jasper Budden were eating supper and relaxing in front of the television. All round the room there were puppies, not 15 nor even 50, but 99 of them. Colonel quickly returned to Captain's table and loudly barked the good news. Within no time, the twilight bark sent the message all the way back to London that the puppies had been found. It finally reached Pongo and Perdita, so they set off across the snowy countryside as fast as they could to rescue their puppies. It finally reached the ears of Perdita and Pongo. They set off across the snowy countryside as fast as they could to rescue their puppies. Meanwhile, Tibbs was keeping watch on the house. When he saw Cruella drive up to the front door, he went to the broken window to hear what was happening. Cruella was giving her orders to the Budden to kill the puppies. "I want their skins for fur coats," she cried. "I'll be back. And when I come back, I want to see the skins." And with that warning, she left. Tibbs was horrified. Fur coats from puppy skins! What a terrible thought! There was no time to lose. As soon as the Buddens began watching television again, Tibbs crept through the broken window and whispered to the nearest puppy, "Tell everyone they must escape. Cruella is after your coats." When all the puppies had been alerted, Tibbs led them out of the room and up the stairs to find a hiding place. But when the Buddens discovered that the puppies had gone, they searched all over the house and eventually headed up the stairs. The puppies were in the corner of a bedroom, and Tibbs was in the front ready to protect them from the Buddens. Meanwhile, Colonel had met up with Perdita and Pongo and led them to the DeVille house. They arrived just in time and quickly bounded into action. Perdita attacked Horace Budden, while Pongo tore at Jasper Budden's trousers. Under cover of the fight, Tibbs led the puppies out of the house to the captain's stable. Perdita and Pongo followed them. "Are our 15 all here?" asked Perdita anxiously. "You're 15 and a few more," replied Captain. "There are 99. 99? said Pongo. "Whatever did Cruella want with 99 puppies?" One little puppy said, "She was going to make fur coats out of us." Perdita and Pongo looked at each other in horror. They had never heard of anything so evil. "We'll just have to take them all back to London with us," said Perdita. "I'm sure Roger and Anita will look after them." Perdita, Pongo, and the puppies set off back to London, leaving a trail of paw prints in the snow. Cruella, who was driving her car, spotted the paw prints, and the chase began. And the Buddens were following them. Suddenly, Pongo had an idea. He made the puppies roll in some soot until they all looked like black Labradors. Under the cover of their disguise, the puppies climbed into a van that was going to London. But falling snowflakes began to wash away the soot. Cruella saw white patches appearing on the puppies and realized that she had been tricked. "After them!" she shouted to the Buddens. The van sped off, with Cruella and the Buddens right behind. But she banged into the side of the road. Her car skidded out of control and hurtled down a steep hill into a snowdrift. And the Buttons van crashed into the back of Cruella's car, and they all ended up in a large pile of wreckage. Back in London and home at last, Roger, Anita, and Nanny hugged the tired puppies. The nanny said, "Have you noticed that there seems to be a lot more of them?" Roger started to count. "There's 101 Dalmatians counting Perdita and Pongo." Whatever are we going to do with them all?" said Anita. "Why, keep them, of course," said Roger. "We're going to have a Dalmatian plantation." And that's what they did. And that was the end of our story. I hope that you liked it. Goodbye.